I don't gotta talk it out, cause my numbers walk it out. Yeah, I'm him. Yeah, I'm him.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the podcast. This is Too Real For You. I got some special guests today. And one of them, I'll let her introduce herself because her job titles are, there's like 50 of them or something like that.
Something like that. Well, I'm Melissa Santillan. I'm also a podcast host. So I have my podcast Unscripted with Melissa Santillan. I film out of Icon Studios. I'm also a barber hairstylist, entrepreneur. I make my own apparel. I'm a board member for the Rockford Area Art Council, manager for the Rockford Dolls. That's what we're here for today. And I'm a community advocate and an event coordinator. Yeah.
Hey, woo woo.
Hey. And then my other guest.
Hi guys, I'm Beli Martinez. I'm one of the Rockford Dolls. I am also a licensed hairdresser here in Rockford. Yeah.
All right. And then, so, I mean, there's a lot we could talk about. Obviously I want to get to like all the events and everything like that. But one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is the Rockford Dolls.
Yeah.
How did that come about? When did you decide to do it? How did she become involved? All that stuff.
So, all of the ladies that are in the Rockford Dolls, I have to name all of them. You've met Beli right here. And then we have Aaliyah Novoa, who is a dance choreographer. Melanie Villa, she is a singer as well. Jasmine Amira, she also does music. I have worked with all of these ladies and known them at various points in my life. Either done shoots, done collaborations with them, had them model my merch, things like that. So I think Beli I've known the longest. I was her cosmetology instructor at Coach University. So I used to be a barber instructor and a cosmetology instructor for about 15 years. So that's how I met Beli. So she has been my longest known person on the team. But our event season was kicking off and we start preparing like a wedding, like a year in advance.
Oh, yeah.
So some of the things we were thinking about before the year came up, because we started the Rockford Dolls last year.
Yes.
It was an idea. It was like, instead of hiring models to come from out of town, we have beautiful and talented ladies here that I wanted to show. I'm from Rockford. I'm proud of Rockford. And I always want to put Rockford on. So, I've had the pleasure of working with models from Chicago, models from Texas, from Cali, from Vegas. I love working with models. I love women. I'm not a hater. I absolutely,
love women.
Yes, we love women. That's what it's
women.
about. And, so the idea came to me. I always have these crazy ideas like in the middle of the night. So I tell I always have wild ass ideas in the middle of the night. And, I just thought of it. I'm like, I should start my own team.
You're the type to like wake up and be like, oh wait, hold on,
let me jot me right down the notes.
And then you wake up in the morning.
And then I'm
you're
like,
what?
babe, I'm telling my boyfriend, hey, do you think this is crazy if I decide to take on another project? Oh, well, and he's always like, pitch it. What is it?
We love Moy.
We love Moy so much.
We love Moy.
So he's like, and he's never the type like, oh, you're dreaming too big, you're doing too much, you're doing the most, whatever. He's just like, well, what do you need from me? How can I help you?
That's
and
nice.
So it's nice to have a supportive partner first off. And when I pitched the idea and he's like, well, who do you have in mind? And I'm like, I have a few ladies in mind and I want to run it past you. And it was these four. So Melanie and Aaliyah have modeled with me for quite some time. Aaliyah probably the longest. I met Aaliyah in, I think it was 2018, 2019, something like that. And we actually took her and another gal to go to a car show in Elgin. We wanted to go and represent Rockford, so we went out there, we did hair, we did makeup. Daisy Avila, one of the best makeup artists, hands down, that I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
She comes in clutch every time and makes all of us look absolutely stunning and beautiful. She worked with me on that project, me and her and Aaliyah, and we had another gal that joined us that day. And I just remember, I really got into it. My man is into car shows. And when you go to these car shows, you walk around, you see all the cars, and what else is there to see? You know, like
Right.
that's his thing, but I'm supportive too. So you get in where you fit in. I'm like, oh, there's pretty girls over there. Let me go talk to them. They need hair, they
Yeah.
need makeup, right? Let me go be a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, you girls need shots, you need water, what do you need? You know, like, so that's me.
Love that.
That's how I am. And when we were going to all of these car shows, because we've traveled, we've actually gone out of town and gone to car shows. I love the vibe. I love the culture. And to me, I'm inspired by everything. Everything to me is art. A car, a model, a painting. Everything inspires me, believe it or not, in my field of work. So just doing various photo shoots, and it doesn't have to be me in front of the camera. Yes, I model too, but in order to give models advice, it's nice because I do have a background in modeling as well.
Yeah.
So I always want to help the next person and give them advice. You know, like we've all heard about tales of the creepy photographer. You know, don't get, you know who you are. You know, don't be a creep. You know, don't ask girls to do shit that makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you know, so making sure that girls are comfortable. And I've noticed too, when you're the most comfortable, that's when you do the best shots.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
When you're comfortable,
you move effortlessly.
yes,
Yes.
So I want to create that environment for these ladies.
And we have that
We
with our
do.
team.
We gas each other up. You should hear us at shoots. Wow.
I love
and
it.
and then the content creation is crazy.
Yeah. It's
So
A1.
creating our own page. We just made a TikTok.
Yes.
So that so follow us on TikTok.
Yep, at Rockford Dolls, RKFD Dolls, all together.
Yes. And Beli was actually on board last year at an event with us as a hairstylist.
Yeah.
But when I started to see her throughout the year flourish and start to do shoots, I was like, yo, she's got something here. So I recognize that. I recognize the talent. I recognize the want and the need to step in on the other side of the lens because I did it myself.
Yeah, and I was just doing it locally here for just local car meets, just for fun, you know? And then the opportunity came about, so I could not say no to that.
Couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a collective, like a collective collaboration between us, because when I launched it, I didn't want one person to be higher than the other. Even though I manage the group, we all make decisions together.
Yeah,
And
we
I
do.
wanted that to be important with our group, that we all work together. We all have say in what the outfits look like, what the shoot's going to be like, what photographers we work with, who we let on our team. That's important to me.
Oh, yeah.
That we have security. So when we are at a show, you will see the cousin Fernando right behind us. Fernando, we love you. Yes. So you know, so you notice, like when I do families, you were saying earlier too, you're related to everybody. Yeah, I am.
You are.
I was telling you guys, like my family.
Everybody's your cousin.
My family's been here since the 1900s, so we did help populate, you know, a lot of Rockford. We multiply. But, you know, working amongst a network that you trust, I feel like it just goes smoother, you know? So, yeah, you know, do I in-house family and yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because we all have talents here. All of us are. We're all artists.
Yeah.
We're all creative.
So did you know when she was your teacher that she was going to be like, hey, I'm going to be your teacher and I'm going to pass you, but you're going to owe me 4 years from now? No,
actually, no.
You were a good student.
I was great.
She was a good student.
I was a go-getter student, and she saw that in me, and she saw me struggle, and she helped me. She was the only teacher who took time out of her day to draw the color wheel out because I was having a hard time understanding color cancellation, and she was like, you're going to learn this today. And I did. So she was the only one who really saw that spark in me, and then I just stayed next to her throughout the years. We've stayed in contact. She got me a job where I'm working at now, which is Studio K in Rockford. So I'm really happy to be there. And we've stayed connected throughout the years. So I'm really happy about that.
When you're a real teacher too, like that's what I do. I'm there to mentor and teach.
Yeah.
And I take that job seriously in everything that I do. But even after you graduated, like you were saying, I stayed in contact. I want to know, hey, how are you doing? I'm watching your journey. Damn, you're getting good at braids. Wow, that color is amazing. Like that's me. I'm always going to show love to people in my industry. It never hurts me to show love to someone else doing the same thing as me. Like I said, I don't have a hating bone in my body.
No, she's literally taught me everything I've known, braiding wise, color wise. That's my girl.
And even where I see like room for improvement, I don't I don't ever down anybody's work. I just want to help them get better. I want to show
Right.
them tricks of the trade that help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what a real educator does.
Like like you don't just say stuff they can improve. Like you don't just like point out what they can improve on, but you like help them try to get there.
No,
too.
she helped even like tips growing in because it's really hard when you're starting up, coming
In
up
the
as a
industry.
hairstylist in this industry. So she gave me a lot of tips how to stay booked. She even helped me get clients. She'd throw me some of her clientele over at me sometimes.
That's
or
nice.
Yeah.
we were coworkers for a while at the Wolves Den in Rockford. So she'd ask for help sometimes, and I'd go and help her finish up some clients.
I'm like, yo, I got a client that I'm going to be 3 hours with. Help me make this 2.5 hours. Come help me.
Yeah.
And then that was my opportunity to educate her.
And that was my opportunity
Yeah.
to take education. So I was
Yeah.
like, yes, please.
And I never wanted anything for it. Like, I don't always think you have to charge for everything that you
Yeah.
do. Like, by helping someone else in my industry, it's making our industry stronger in Rockford.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it.
Yeah, see, that's good because when you messaged me about the event that you got coming up,
Yeah.
which we could talk about later, but you were like, oh, I was like, oh, okay, so how much is it to get in? Or I asked something, and you're like, it's free. Like
It's free.
She's,
Yeah.
she's like, I don't believe in charging for this and that. And I was like, damn. And then
Yeah.
also like helping her, like some people would look at it as like, oh, there's someone that's gonna
I
take
want
clients from
$30
me.
an hour. No, like, real
No,
quick.
for real.
People are quick to do that.
Yeah,
shit.
they'll be like, oh, she's
You
gonna
know?
take clients from me. I don't know.
And
if I
I'm not
want her.
shading anybody who does that, but for me, that's not what it's about.
Me either.
I get so much more in return from giving back.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
Okay, so we talked about this a little bit. The shirt that she's
Yeah.
wearing, she gifted me one as well,
I did.
and it's dope. It's got a dope design in the front. Would you like to tell me the story
yeah,
about it?
so the 200 block of South Main is where Guadalajara de Noche used to exist. Guadalajara de Noche was a nightclub and a restaurant that my family owned. My abuelita, Minnie, my grandma Minnie, owned for 35 years. It was a successful business. There still has been nothing like it since. We had live music every Friday and Saturday. We had an authentic Mexican restaurant. And that was my first job. You know, I started bussing tables, waitressing. And when I was old enough to work behind the bar, she would never let me waitress at the bar. She's like, I'm going to put you where I can see you, girl. And, you know, and I was bartending. And I was saying to you, too, like, I think it's where I got my ability to socialize.
Yeah.
You know, you deal with borrachos on the weekend, and you know you can deal with just about anything. So yeah, because sometimes you have to talk and de-escalate situations, and you know I've learned how to do that over my lifetime. Very young, you know. So
Yeah.
when they say, you know, you're older than your years. I have an old soul, and it was probably because I grew up in Guadalajara. Yeah,
Oh, so you grew up in Guadalajara?
Guadalajara de Noche. Guadalajara de Noche. I grew up here, but Guadalajara de Noche, our business.
Oh, the business,
That's what
right,
it was
right, right.
called. Yeah.
Guadalajara de Noche. Is this still? I'm not sure.
The building still exists.
Yeah.
But my grandma sold it in 2011, 2012, I believe. The city was trying to purchase that block. If anyone's familiar with South Main, the face of it looks completely different from 20, 30 years ago. The new Barbara Coleman project that's taking off right now, it was literally like in front of that area. The Beacon liquor store used to be right there. You know, Los Dos Amigos, like all of those old school businesses that were right there in that area, that block that no longer exists. My grandma was quite feisty. She still is, but she refused to sell. The city was really trying to talk that area into selling to them, and she refused. I know she was one of the last ones. She's like, if I'm going to sell this, I'm going to sell it for what I feel it's worth, not what you want to give me. And, you know, she pretty much told the city, and I'm going to sell it to who I want it for, and I don't care if they run it to the ground. I'm going to get what my business is worth. So she sold it to two gentlemen that were out of Chicago. They turned it into Las Palmas. Cute. So they remodeled it. They tried to turn it into kind of like a lounge, but if you know anything about people from Rockford, we don't usually conform to others. People conform to us. So I don't think Rockford was ready for like a lounge at that point. Not then. So they had it for maybe like 3 years, and then it just went dormant.
So right now it's just
It's not existing anymore. It's just like an empty. Most of that building is just empty, and that's the same building that Vic's daughter is on the mural. So it's that same building actually. So the little chiquita, I call it the little chiquita. You know how there's the big chiquita and then there's the little chiquita. The little chiquita still exists there. It's like a little mom and pop shop right there in the corner.
okay.
And you see like the best elote man in the world is right there because he's awesome. But yeah, a lot of history there, and I'm happy that the building is still there, but sad to see what it's become. Yeah.
So you do a lot for obviously for Rockford, and like you said, you love Rockford. So you have some events coming up. I was gonna ask what, because I know you have a lot of different stuff, like from art to like you know, you do hair, you do a lot of stuff. So like, what are some of the ones coming up soon that you want people to go check out?
The Midwest Takeover is our Cinco de Mayo event that we're having on May 3rd.
May 3rd.
We will be having it at Lovings Lake. We are collaborating with the Rockford Park District. They have shown us so much love the past couple of years. So I'm also a committee member for Domingos en el Parque team. So we help put on those events. And the Park District saw so much potential in the events that we were helping with that they gave us 3 of our own events. So we have Midwest Takeover for Cinco de Mayo, and we also will have another Midwest Takeover in October. So closing the year, that will be our very last event. But the big one this year is we are bringing back the Fiesta Hispana. So the Fiesta Hispana, the OGs, Gloria, Armando, and Rudy Ortiz. Rudy Ortiz and Gloria are the founders of Fiesta Hispana, and they are mentors to a lot of our team that we work with. And it came up in topic years ago. That would be so dope if we could bring back Fiesta Hispana. It's been gone for 22 years. And I grew up going to that event. Did you go to that event? Mm-hmm. So Fiesta Hispana it started in 1983. And, you know, it was an event for the Hispanos, the Latinos. We didn't have one.
Yeah.
And that was the first event that we had for ourselves to show and share our culture, our food, our music. When they first had it, they had it at a park, and then it moved out to the airport before they redeveloped the airport. And it was a huge grounds. It was a carnival. It was a car show at one point. They had the Fiesta Hispana Queen, La Reina, where they used to give out scholarships to young ladies. So giving back to the community, that's what I want to do. That's what I am. That's what I embody, you know? So that's why it was so important to bring back Fiesta Hispana. The jalapeno eating contest, the grito contest, like all those things that we want to share our culture
That's
with.
so cool.
There was a grito contest.
And we're having one again.
Oh,
yeah. Why, you getting in it?
You got one?
I might.
You got one for us?
I
Yeah.
might have
So
to.
right now, you know, the dolls will actually be a part of Fiesta Hispana. So they will be helping me because I am the chair for the Reina committee. So the girls will actually be helping me dressed in gowns and helping me escort the ladies on and off stage, where to go, take pictures, prepare them when they're up next, like stuff like that. So they're going to be my eyes and ears, boots on the ground.
How fun.
Yes.
That's dope. So when is that event gonna be?
Fiesta Hispana is August 2nd.
August 2nd.
That's my grandma's birthday too. When Park District gave us
perfect.
dates, and that was one of them. And I told the team, I'm like, that's my grandma's birthday. That means something. So we're gonna have it on that day. And my grandma's a twin, so my tia Petra too. Love you guys.
Shout out. Okay, so we got those 2 events coming up. Do you have anything that you got going on that you'd like to share?
We are linked together.
Oh, so everything she's doing, you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, your guy does car meets too. We should talk about that a little bit. Talk about
Yeah,
his
so
crew.
my boyfriend, his name is Alex Sauceda. He has a car meet event every so often. They're pop-up car meets, so they're just at a random. So if you know, you know.
Yeah.
There's just flyers at random moments, and he just hosts them around the Rockford area. So they're really fun. A lot of local sport vehicles.
like
Everybody.
car enthusiasts
Yeah.
and yeah.
Is it like does it normally last a couple hours or like it's just like a quick little?
It's a quick little pop up. Everybody's like, "Oh, dude, that's cool!" Or "What's in your car?" You check under the hood and you see what kind of motor or whatever it is that it has, V8, whatever. I don't know what the heck, but yeah, very cool cars though. Yeah,
That's dope. Yeah, because I was asking because I know I had a guest come in recently and they're a banda and they were talking about how one of their biggest shows or biggest things that got them followers was doing one of those. They went to a pop-up.
Yeah.
They started playing in the back of a trailer, I guess. And they had like a bunch of people follow them that day.
Yeah, a bunch of random cool things happen at the pop-up meet. So
you never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to meet.
Too.
Yeah.
And on occasion, there's really cool supercars. So you get really good content, videos, pictures, and you get to experience sitting in one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Taking
dope.
a cool picture with one.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
That's always the goal for us girls. Like, damn, that matches my outfit. Let's go take a picture with it.
They'll never say no.
That's what we look at. Like,
You look at the outfits matching.
yeah,
Like,
ooh, my
ooh.
outfit matches. Ooh, look, let's go take some pictures, girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a girl's mind right there. You asked us. No.
Yep.
See, that's dope. I mean, you would think like, most guys be looking at like the motor and stuff and the exhaust and all that stuff. And I'm not like, I work on cars. But I'm not really like, when I tell people this, they're like, how does that work? Because I'm not a car guy, but I work on cars.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, so you're telling me you don't know these models and makes? And I'm like, no, bro. They're like, what were you doing when you were younger? I'm like, I don't know. Watching TV, listening to music.
Not playing with Hot Wheels.
Yeah. I was more of a music guy. Like,
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But,
That's your form of art, though. That's yeah.
so when she got you to model, did you do modeling before or it was always just hair? And then also, how was it like transitioning into like actually being in front of a camera, taking pictures and stuff like that?
Okay, so I've always been her right-hand girl at events, and anytime she needed a braider, extra stylist, I was there. It was different as far as you're not behind the scenes anymore. You're in the eyes of the public. So I've dealt with having stage fright. I've still been fighting that. Getting more comfortable because it's not my position usually to be on the outside. I'm usually on the inside, prepping the girls, but that's probably the only thing. But I'm having a really good time enjoying and the girls and the team make me very comfortable. So, because they're all used to being on stage. I'm behind the stage. I'm a hairdresser. They're dancers. They sing. So they're shining, and I'm gaining that confidence in that area. So
yeah, that's dope. I didn't get a chance to go to the event that you had, but
The Rock for Dolls launch was
yeah, it was a success.
And if you missed it, we will have one at the end of the year. Don't miss out. And I know, like when you introduce new things, not everyone like, well, what is it? What are the dolls? What are you guys doing there? What's the launch party? So we were launching and introducing the girls and their talents. They're not just pretty faces. They're all very talented women. So that's what I wanted to showcase. We actually picked the date. It was International Women's Day. We chose that date on purpose. It was not an accident. We
love women.
Yes, it was intentional. And we wanted to show off everything that they had to offer, and eventually we are looking into being booked for events, but we're going to be very selective with who we connect ourselves with. Because it is our image, it is our brand, so it's our baby. We're growing this together. We all have to be in agreement before we do any type of shows.
Yeah.
So that's important to us. It's not how many places we can show up at. It's the quality, not the quantity. Yeah.
I like that. What was your thing so everyone did a different thing, right? Everyone had their own talent.
Yes.
I think I saw a performance. What did you do?
Let's talk about yours.
So I actually got inspired by Bratz. I did a hair show. I've done a couple in the past at her art event. She had an art scene event, and I was very blessed to have the opportunity to perform a little show there too. So this one was a little different though. It was on stage in front of more people. So I was freaking out a little bit, not gonna lie. And I was inspired by Bratz. So I did a Bratz inspired hairstyle, and my girl was dressed as that, and the theme was Bratz. I love Bratz. So it was a little hair show, braiding showcase.
When we go to like barber and beauty events, because usually Beli and I go to those events together, I educate, I showcase, and like I said, sometimes I don't want to be the one on stage. I want to be there supporting someone like her and growing someone like her to take that spot. I don't always want to be in the limelight. I want others to do it too, and show them that it's a safe place to do it. So taking her, introducing her to the right people so that she can get booked to teach and showcase and things like that. That's what I want for her, because I see so much potential in her.
Yeah, so you're helping her get over her being.
And the more you do it, the
Oh,
better
yeah.
it gets. I promise you.
Yeah, she's pushed me into competitions before, and I did actually win a women's battle royale in
She did.
Rockford. So that was my first trophy, and I
Your first competition and your first trophy.
Yeah. So I won that. So I was really excited about that.
And that was at Rebecca had a show.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rebecca
Shout out
Minhares.
Rebecca.
Boo, we love you. That's our sis right there.
Yeah.
She owns La Jefa's Multicultural Barbershop in Rockford.
Yeah.
So it's all about giving shout outs too.
Yeah,
All
the
the
hair
people.
industry is a whole other family.
That's a whole other
Ooh.
conglomerate right
Yeah.
there. Like just the hair show industry alone is wild. I know this weekend they had ABS. I couldn't attend. Sorry. But I'm really focused on what's going on here at home right now.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And so you're over here. You're like mentoring people, but don't get it confused. You can still pop out and do your thing, right?
I can pop out and do me all the time. Yeah, I sure can. On my worst day, I'm still killing it.
That's true.
Hey, that's good. So how is the community for like fashion and stuff compared to like, cause like so like rappers, it seems like they try to like, everyone wants to kind of like be the one, you know what I mean? Like, and when someone, instead of helping someone come up, they try to like, they don't try to hinder them coming up, but they try to like, they don't help out really. Depending on who the rapper is. There's some rappers that do help, but like for the
I've
most
seen
part,
it. I watched that part too in Rockford. I see everything.
Yeah.
So
And I've been noticing from interviewing or from having bandas on the podcast, it seems like they have a kind of a closer community where like they're always sharing each other's flyers, they're always like promoting each other's stuff, collabing.
Yeah.
How is the fashion compared to those two things?
Fashion, I feel like people are there's some people that are willing to do collaborations together. I've seen different designers do collaborations together. So I do think it's the network that you put yourself in. So like you said, like with the rappers, it's different. I feel like they're all going boom, 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 ramming each other. But then you look at all of the Latino grupos and bandas, and I feel like they're all working together. No shade towards anybody. It's just, it's apparent. You can see it. We're all showing love to each other. There's even people that are trying to step outside the box and do different types of music. I have to get a shout out to Kid Griffey. He's doing country right now, and I love what he's doing. He's trying to do something different.
Yeah.
He's not riding on coattails. He's not talking shit about people. He don't want to be in the top 20 or top 5. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do me. This is what I like right now, and this is what I'm gonna do. I don't care if you like it or not. That's awesome. I like when you march to the beat of your own drum. It's less crowded there.
Right. Right, because he's paving his own lane.
And even in our event for the Midwest Takeover, last year we tried this out. We did a versus. So if you look at the flyer, let me see. I'm gonna pull up my notes now. We are having a versus, and the first couple of grupos are local, and we are having Los Tres Ases and Estilo 815 are doing a versus. So what's gonna happen is, one grupo will perform, and then the other, they're going to kind of like go back and forth. It's going to be both grupos on stage, just kind of like feeding energy off of each other. Like, you go, we go, you go, we go.
I love that.
They might sing songs that they know together on stage. We love that. That's what we want to see, collaborations. The Primos, Herencia de Rancho, are going to be going against Marco Exigente. So they're gonna do a versus as well. Like, I love it. That's the kind of energy we want to put out. When you put out positive energy, you get positive results. I really believe in that.
Yeah.
And then something else I do have to give a shout out. La Última Banda, I love them so much. They have been given the opportunity to perform at the Hard Rock Casino this fall, and we're happy for them. We're so happy for them to be blessed with that opportunity, because they're actually going to be one of the first bandas to perform in the casino ever. So shout out to you guys.
Shout out to them, yeah.
And they were a part of our photo shoot that we did too.
They were.
Man, they were a vibe. Them guys are a good time.
They were, yeah.
Because we did do our first Rockford Dolls photo shoot. We had some amazing vehicles. Thank you, Moy, for putting that whole production together. And then, we had a live banda performing for us. Jalisco SoReal was out there serving their awesome, amazing food, and we turned it into a whole party, didn't we? It was
We did.
And Icon Studios was filming, doing photos. Like to us, it's all about working together. Power in numbers, man. When you work together, you get further.
Yeah.
And then Grupo Secta in Vanguardia. This is dope to me. They are playing at Sueños 2 weeks after our event. So you can go and pay your $400 or $500 to see them, but you can come see them with us 2 weeks earlier for free.
Okay.
Just saying. Just saying. Yeah.
Yep.
So, you can go out there in that madness at Sueños. I know. I went last year. I seen it.
It's a madness for sure.
It was a good time, but wow, there's a lot of stuff going on there. I was out there braiding in the VIP area.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was. I was not there the Sunday that they shut it down and the mud fights happened. I wasn't there, but I was there on Saturday. I actually there's a such thing as the festival flu. I got a flu from being out there because there's so many different people coming from all over the country there. I don't know what kind of cooties they had, but I caught them. And I was not feeling good at all. So my immunity system's down, you guys. I just keep catching everything that comes by.
It's that season.
It is. And we've been blessed to have different sponsors. The NARUP chapter in Rockford, which is our realty chapter for the Hispanic community, they wanted to create a network where they had more Latino and Spanish-speaking realtors. And two of them ladies that are a part of that group have become our sponsors for this event. They're actually our title sponsors. So Jeanette Solis from La Quinta Group Smart Home Realty, thank you so much for being a title sponsor. Suli Cadango from Cadwell Banker Realty as well. We love us some Suli. She's also the president of the Rockford Regional Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So we love what you're doing, all the work that you're doing. That's also someone that loves to collaborate. And El Vallarta. They are having our after party. It's going to be a great time. And I'm going to give away the announcement for who's going to be playing at that after party. So we haven't announced it. We're actually making the flyer like as we speak. It's being made. So Banda La... I can't even read that. Hold on. I'm trying. Banda La Exitrinca de Mazatlan, Sinaloa. And then, so they're going to be the banda playing, and then DJ Flo.
Love that.
Yeah, so that's going to be the entertainment, because people have been like, well, who's going to play? Who's going to play? It's going to be a whole banda in there having a good time. And if you've ever seen a banda live, it's usually like 12 to 18 of them.
Facts.
And they get down. You feel that music. But Vallarta has been a big part of helping us with this event too. We're even going to do a content creation collaboration with them next Sunday, actually.
Yeah. They're
going to set it up so we can have karaoke. And a couple of the local grupos, we'll announce them, are going to join me and the Rockford Dolls. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to show out, have all of our families there. So we asked the girls, like, bring your families, bring your parents, bring your boyfriends, bring the kids. Let's go have a good time. Let's go have lunch, and let's go sing karaoke.
Y'all doing karaoke too?
Yeah.
What song you singing?
What song am I singing? I don't know why. So I grew up in the 80s, and I love 80s rock. So every time I start singing, I want to do Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. That's my jam.
Oh, yeah.
So you might see me do Sweet Child of Mine in the middle of Vallarta. That's my jam.
I love that. The roses. You've got a pattern going. We love the roses. Oh, the earrings too.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to hearing if Melanie decides to do her Selena tribute song. Selena, oh man, Melanie gets down.
Melanie can sing, you guys.
Melanie sings in English and in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
And her and Jazz actually have a song together that they made just for the Rockford Dolls launch called Promise. So hopefully we can give the DJ their music so they can perform that also.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not just hyping it up, but when I was laying in bed, my girl was playing the Selena, because she performed that at the event, right?
She did.
So she was playing it, and I was like laying down, and I'm like, And I thought it was like the actual thing, you know what I mean? Even though, because I was like waking up and stuff, and she's like, no, this is someone singing a cover. I'm like, what? Let me see that.
It was Melanie.
Yeah, and it was dope.
We
It was
got
good.
that too when we were in the dressing room getting ready.
Yeah.
We overheard her singing over the mic.
They were in the
Yeah.
back, so everybody comes out and they're like, damn, that's Melanie.
Yeah, we were surprised. We were, wow.
She's good. She's
Yeah,
really good.
she is. I've seen her perform various times over the years, and every time she just takes my breath away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one year we dressed her up like a Katrina.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 2 years ago at a Domingos en el Parque, and then she performed the mariachi classic Cien Años. Oh man, and then she did La Llorona too.
Oh, I love like
And she killed it, bro. She killed it. I was like, wow. I actually seen, because there were some OGs in the crowd, I seen somebody's daddy crying.
Oh, damn.
When she made somebody's daddy cry. Like, he was
Yeah.
like, wow, she sings so beautiful. And I'm like, damn, Melanie, okay.
Hell yeah, that's dope. That's how you know you're
Yeah,
good.
you made somebody cry. He teared up. He's like, you took him back. Because music does that. It can take you back to a place. It can take you to a memory. It reminds you of a person, right? Like, that's
Yep.
what music does for me.
And especially because, you know, in our culture, like, Mexican men aren't supposed to be crying. You know, you're not supposed to cry. They tell you that when you're growing
to be macho.
As you're growing up, they're like,
Yeah.
don't cry, whatever. And then if you could do that and in a public setting,
Love that.
that's something.
Yeah, that was a big event. There was a lot of people there.
What what are you gonna sing?
Me, I don't know. I love all genres of music. Whatever I'm vibing at the moment, for sure.
You more of a pop, rap, R&B?
I like pop rap. I'm into country a lot. Morgan Wallen has my heart right now.
Morgan Wallen is the dude right now. Have you heard the mashup with Morgan Wallen and Twista?
No, not yet. It's fire.
You're
to
in
it.
fire. So I'm actually taking a line dancing class next Friday at Fab Dance Studio.
Oh my God.
So Fabi Williams, shout out to her. She's actually hosting a line dance. That was like a TikTok trend a couple
I saw that.
weeks ago about this dance. And she jumped on it and was like, we're doing a class.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden, everybody's doing this line dance to Twister and Morgan Wallen. I put you on right now. You're
need
going
to
to
learn
thank me
it.
later. It's fire. Well,
It is.
she said the class is going so well and people are requesting another one because they can't make it to this one. So if she has another one, girls, all the dolls, we might have
We're
to go
in
do
there.
that. We're in there.
Yeah,
let's
we're
all learn
in
this
there.
dance. We could use this for performances in the future.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get someone in there recording it all, the training and stuff. That'd be
Or have
dope.
you seen the fan dance? The
I
one
have
where
not.
they dance with they do like fans and stuff like that.
That's
so
cute, too.
I'm low key already like looking at cowboy boots. I want some.
Oh yeah,
boots.
same.
Hey, I just looked at some yesterday, and I was like, I'm getting these. And then they were like, I'm like, hey, yo, how much are these? I was down in Elgin, and they were like $700, and I was like, oh, you know what? So they come with the belt, and they're like, no, the belt's another $3. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Be-
okay.
Because they're usually real like avestruz or like right gator or whatever. Like it's
Yeah,
legit.
for
Like,
real.
these are endangered species. You're paying for. But like the big belt buckles and
Yeah.
being a cowgirl and a cowboy is in right now.
It's expensive.
It's
in.
expensive, being country.
Yep. I'm like, man, I'll just go get a couple of Jordans, I guess.
You can get several pair for that
Yeah.
price.
Oh yeah.
But how long are them boots gonna last you and look good?
A
That's the
lifetime.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
So
And you can't wear Jordans to a rancho, you know? You gotta wear
no, you gotta wear botas.
botas
botas.
with the belt.
So yeah, and I'm down with it too, because I'll tell you what. Now that I'm older, heels are not for me. So boots are in. Yeah.
Heels are not really for me either, honestly. I'm a sneaker gal. I just kind of do what I gotta do.
I'm a sneaker booty, combat boot kind of girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really loved heels like
But
that.
Aaliyah wears them 8-inchers.
More power to her and
Yeah.
any woman that can.
Period.
Because I can't. Because I'll tell you what, I put them on and I got Charlie horses all night. No,
We had spray that night of our lunch.
we're
numbing
rubbing
spray.
numbing spray and foot cream to try to like numb our feet because we were all wearing heels that night. And but I'm never ashamed to do this. I wear the heels while I'm up on stage. Take them bad boys off and put some chanclas on after.
Oh yeah.
It ain't beneath me to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I gotta stand all day to work. I know what the consequences are of
Same.
that. So
Hey,
yeah,
well, I've never had to experience that, but
you don't want
I'm
you
sure-
don't want them problems, bro.
yeah, it's probably worse than like, because sometimes I'll be getting like brand new work boots for work and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And after like 3-4 hours, I'm like, damn. I'm like, I can't imagine what girls
A
feel
high
like
heels
with high heels, blisters on your toes and
Well,
stuff.
because
Ugh.
like
for
your
sure.
foot's meant to sit normal, and then you're like,
like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's not a good. But like when I watch other girls that can do it, they just walk so gracefully, and then
I
you
know.
but then you can see the girls that they obviously don't wear them, and
Yeah.
it's like you shouldn't even have those on, sis.
Yeah.
Like you walking like a brand
Yeah.
new baby deer.
No, literally.
oh man, that reminds me. There was this viral clip of I don't know if it was viral, but it was like on Instagram. It was
Yeah.
two girls walking down. They were like strutting,
Yeah.
And the one on the right, she just started like collapsing.
Her ankles went out. Her
And, like,
ankles.
yeah, I was like, damn. Like it looked like she snapped her ankles, but I'm like, obviously she didn't. It looked crazy.
Well, the body's an amazing thing.
It's all about balance.
Yeah. And you have to walk a certain way when you have those
Yeah.
bad boys on.
Heel toe,
Yeah.
and remember.
No, it is. Like to be a girl,
heel
it's,
toe. Yeah.
it's no joke.
Yeah,
It's
I got
no joke. Like I'm not. Sometimes people assume that we're very high maintenance, and like a lot of us in the dolls are not. Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
no shame to anyone who does lashes, but I cannot sit there and let someone poke at my eye for like an hour and throw lashes on me.
No.
I will put them damn strips on myself and then rip those babies off as soon as the photo shoot's done. Boom. I'm like finding eyelashes all over the car. I don't care. I hate wearing that shit.
But as far as hair goes, I'm high maintenance in that area for sure.
Hair, because we're hairstylists.
For sure.
And we can usually do our own or trade services.
Absolutely.
Because we've traded before.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you do mine and I'll do yours. Bet.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Like let's say you go to a fashion show or you go to like a gig and you see like a girl's coming out. Do you focus on the hair because you're a hairstylist? You're like, that's one of the first things you look
Yes.
at? Or?
I
I'm not
do.
ashamed to say yes.
I'm like, ooh.
And I'm a barber too, so like I look at haircuts like, ooh, that's not blended right. Who fucked you up?
Yeah,
Let me fix
for
that.
real.
Here's my card. I'm not. Here's my card. I do both.
Yeah.
Come see me.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, I'm like, because I know like once you start doing stuff, like for a little bit I was doing AC work and like I've never once looked at an air conditioner in my life until I started working on them, and then I was walking by people's houses and I was like,
And you notice shit.
oh look, that one's
Yeah.
old as fuck. That one looks cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Well, we notice too, like if a haircut's off, if it's not blended correctly, if the color is not coloring, like yeah,
Get your
Damn.
roots done.
yeah.
So you tell me these
Or
guys.
what technique was used?
Oh,
right?
yeah, I
Like,
could tell.
Yeah, you could tell right
You
away.
can tell.
So you tell me these guys like they could come out of a haircut being like, damn, I look good, and then you just walk up to one of y'all and you're gonna be like, oh, that's just fucked up.
If it's fucked
Usually,
up.
that's the first thing what I notice about a man. I peep his haircut. I'm not gonna lie.
No, girls do that. I do too.
Yeah.
We like us a man who can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Get that fade.
And like the like the grooming,
Ugh.
like if you have like beard,
Yes.
mustache, and things like that,
Yes.
like make sure everything's clean and lined up. That so a beard is like makeup is to us. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's your man makeup. And guys are out here catfishing with them beards.
Yeah, for real. Have you seen those viral videos?
Where the chin, it's like
I'm done.
you can't put us in the same room. This is how we go.
No, it's good. I like this.
Yeah.
No, but that's funny.
It's true. I've
Yeah, we
seen
peep it all.
Yeah, or like, tell me this hasn't happened before because you're a guy. You're trying, like, if you do have a beard or a mustache or something, and you accidentally slip, you're like, "Fuck! Now I got to cut it all off." Right? and then it's not, And some guys don't look good without. Like,
Nope.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've never. See, I never.
you
been
have
able
clean
to,
shave.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
I can't really grow a beard that well, so I like really at all. So I'd be shaving that shit. But like, I used to have a mustache.
Yeah.
And then you're right. Like I'd be like doing some shit, and then I'd be like, oh fuck.
Like,
As soon as I got
start over again.
Yeah, as soon as I got rid of it the first time, I felt weird as fuck. But then after that, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep like this, man.
Yeah.
Or some
what I'm
guys
saying?
have patchy ass beards, and it's just like,
Cut it off.
how old are you? 35? That's not gonna grow no more, bro.
not gonna grow.
Just let it grow.
They're like rosemary oil here and
And they're just
derma
brushing
rolling
it
over there.
Like, no,
You guys be like me, just give up.
Yeah.
It's done.
give up and take it off. Just take it off. Let it go.
Low key, somebody, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody close to me, they used Rogaine on their face because they said that it would help their beard grow. And they had like little hair here and a little bit here,
Okay.
and they started using it on their face every day. And like I would see them walking around with the oily looking face.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, Rogaine. Nah. And like,
Did it ever grow in?
you got a little bit more hairs, but then after you stopped
So-
using it, it like went
Well,
away.
that's what Rogaine does, though. So Rogaine is meant to stimulate hair follicles, but you have to continually use it. The moment you stop losing it, you lose everything that you gained.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
why it's called
lifelong.
Rogaine.
Yeah.
So
There's a few brands like that. I know Nioxin is the same way.
Nioxin is the same.
I would not recommend.
Yeah,
Just natural stuff. Rosemary oil, castor oil, rice water.
A lot of this stuff is just
Yeah.
so unnatural and chemical. Even though like we work with chemicals, I try to do natural as you can.
Yeah.
Because anything and all things that we put in our body and on our body affect us and cause cancer.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as someone who, like, I'm sure you know, like, a lot of things. So is there something, like, one thing you can name that you're, like, that gets advertised as a certain thing, you're like, that does not work, don't even bother trying it? Like,
I don't want these companies coming after me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plead the fifth. But there's a lot of it going around.
yeah?
There's a lot of it. Majority of it doesn't work. Yeah, majority of it doesn't work.
So
you know?
natural's better because at
Yeah.
least...
If you need moisture, there's natural ways to moisturize your hair and your face. If you're lacking protein, there's ways to add protein to it as well, like for strength. But, if it has all these crazy chemicals in it, chances are it's artificial and it's temporary. So just like the food that we eat, they're learning that all these dyes and all these they're not good for us. We know why do we have it in our country, but in other countries they don't have it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I just found out about Red
Same
40
thing with
or whatever.
products. Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how many things we're probably using right now that, like, 50 years from now, they'll be like, oh, actually, that was horrible for you. Those scented candles?
The side effects, like they're like, side effects include da-da-da-da-da and death. Yeah, they like list off like 100. They list off 3 benefits, but then 50 things that could go wrong.
No, literally.
For real.
And that's unfortunately the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, 50 years from now, they'll be like, hey, if you use Crest White, you're done. Yeah, we got mouth cancer.
We could find that out. That could be a thing, So
That's so wild to me.
Everything's being busted nowadays.
yeah, it seems like all hidden agendas are out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is there, like, a weird conspiracy you believe? Either one of you?
a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always knew the pyramids were in a tomb. Yeah. I was like, so now all that shit that just came out? Come on now. That wasn't that. Yeah, they never found a sarcophagus or nothing like that in there. That's for energy. Come on, like,
Come on.
yeah.
Wait, what's yours?
Mine? I don't know. I got a lot of them.
Oh, me too. I could stay all day watching Net
Conspiracy-
Geographic and stuff like that. Conspiracy theories. Aliens are real.
Aliens-
Actually.
Yeah.
They
Shit,
are
we
real.
might be aliens.
Yeah. Are you an alien in a human suit?
It's a wrap. We got to go. No,
He's gonna peel his mask off. No.
no, yeah, I believe, like, it's not, I know a lot of them, and some of them, it's like, it's hard to not believe it when they come with, like, all their facts. But like, like the Antarctica one, there's like,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of them, and I just like asking people and seeing where their mind's at. But
Bermuda Triangle. You go in there, you go missing, supposedly.
oh yeah, because there was
Yeah.
that plane that
Yeah.
got lost and they never discovered it.
Never.
The world shifts and changes every so often, and I think there's stuff under the ocean because why is it that there's only like 2% discovered?
Okay, that
You
part.
know, there could be pyramids and shit down there too. I'm sure there.
Hey, yeah.
You
There's
know,
definitely
like,
life down there.
so and who built that stuff? We didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're trying to say we had horse and buggies and chisels and stuff like that, and then you look at the architecture nowadays, and it doesn't match. Like, make it make sense. Like, why haven't we evolved? Because back then they looked so much more evolved than we did. I got caught in a rabbit hole about the mud flood theory.
Mud flip
Ooh,
theory.
what's that?
Look it up. The mud flood theory is, at one time, there was a reset and the whole world flooded, and that could be factual. And it's just crazy that all these buildings that we have, even buildings that we have here in Rockford and Belvedere, they don't match the new construction, and they were built so much better and so much longer lasting, and even the artwork that was on them, like why don't our buildings look like that anymore?
Yeah.
Why are there pillars that look like they're out of Rome all
Yeah.
over the world?
Yeah. That's
so,
one thing we were talking about. We were like, 'cause I was like, all right, so there's pyramids in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
But there's pyramids in Mexico. In
Yeah.
Mexico, there's
Mexico.
pyramids in what's the ones? The Mayan ones.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, back then there was no internet. You didn't Snapchat yourself sending in someone like, oh, that's a good idea. Let me
They're
do
all
the
over
same
the
thing.
world. They're hidden.
Yeah, but they're everywhere. So it's like, how, like someone just woke up and was like, hey, I'm gonna build a pyramid. You know what I mean? Like, what were they for? You said they're for
Right.
energy.
I think someone came here and taught them or built them themselves, or why do we have such an explosion of technology when we did?
Yeah.
They obviously found something that they don't want us to know about. So like, how did we go from like 100 years ago, how we were living, to now?
That's that's crazy. how fast we
Like
can go.
there's no way. I mean, we understand evolution.
Shit, just when I was like, when I was younger, we were still using like floppy disks, and
Yeah.
What are those?
you know what a floppy disk is?
She's younger than us, bro. She's younger than
I was born 1999.
1999.
Yeah.
So a floppy disk, like on a computer, instead of a CD cartridge, it'd be like a little disc,
Okay.
and it would have you could
that
save
would save
files
and
on
store
there.
memories and files.
So if you wanted, or if it had a game, you would put that into it, play the game, and then when you were done, you just take it back out.
Okay.
Shit, what about 8-tracks?
8-tracks, yeah.
8-tracks from back. You don't even know what that is,
No.
do you? That's how
No.
we used to listen to music in the car, and they
Yeah.
had these big.
I was a generation with iPods.
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 So you didn't even have like the.
You didn't even
cassette?
have the. Remember the CDs you used to have to flip?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Not
we
even
had
that.
like 100 CDs, and we had a book that we had to flip while we
Yeah.
were driving.
Oh yeah, DJs used to have like, instead of like everything being digital on their laptop,
Yeah.
they used to walk around with cases of CDs or
Oh.
records.
Yeah.
And then when they went, they'd put one on one side, one on the other side. They get ready to spin it. And
Oh,
let it go.
okay.
So that's where that came
That
from.
was real DJing to
Yeah.
me, though. That's
Yeah.
I was born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s and 90s, and here I am today. I'm here 5 decades, like
We
5
love that.
decades.
We love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't look my age, but I'm an OG.
Period.
No, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that right now.
I just turned 47. 47. Proud of it.
Yeah, you look young. Because we've only talked once, obviously, on the Lil Lizzie's podcast.
Yeah.
And then at the
And then
event.
at an event that was here.
Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy. I thought you were like 30, 34.
Well, thank you. No, my
For
son, man, Chris. So I know, but my son went to school with Beli. So my son is going to be 27 this year. He's almost 30. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll be 26 in June.
26 in June.
Yeah.
That's wild though, because people are like, what? Like, because I meet a lot of younger performers, and they're like, wait, I just found out something that blew my mind. What? Chris is your son? Yeah, he's my
Yeah.
son. So yeah, people are like, I had no idea you had a son that age, and I do, and I have a granddaughter. Yeah,
You have a granddaughter too?
Yeah, I have a granddaughter. She'll be 8 this year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
very very involved with Bella. Bella is something else. She even dances folclórico, she dances for Baile Mosaico Folclórico dance, and she loves it. She actually seen it at one of the events like 2 years ago, and she fell in love. and loved
That
like
was so cute.
the dresses and the so I'm like, do you want to do that, baby? Yeah, I want to do that. So I signed her up, and she's just in love with dance right now.
That's
I love it.
dope.
She's
Yeah.
the sassiest.
She yes, she is. That is definitely my granddaughter. Like, if you see her, that's a little mini Melly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All day. Yeah, she's not a shy bone in her body.
No.
She'll just walk right up to you and then she's very she recognizes and notices things. She's like, "Ooh, I love your pink hair." Ooh, like she'll walk around and say,
Details.
"Yeah."
That's
Sometimes I have to tell her, Bella, because she has no chill. One time I took her to Tricoci, right? And she wants to notice something about everybody. And in hair school, everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
So she's complimenting everybody like, "Oh, I love your outfit. I love your hair. Your braids look nice. I like your makeup, your lipstick." And then she sees a girl, and she was trying to find something nice to say.
Oh.
And she was like, "You have bunny teeth." I'm like, I'm sorry, Bella. What?
Dude, kids.
And she low key, kind of did. And I'm like, Bella.
Did she lie though?
She really didn't. But that moment you're just like, oh my God, Bella, please. No chill. No chill.
That's funny. Hey, at least you didn't lie,
You never know what kids are gonna say though.
Yeah.
Kids are honest. Kids are really honest.
You know what?
She busts me out. She'll bust me out in front of people.
Yeah.
She'll say something. Bella, that was between me and you. What do you or what? You were listening to me on the phone talking to somebody, and here you are busting me out. She does stuff like that.
Yeah, so my daughter, we were gonna have a garage sale, right? But just because she wants to do it, she likes to be the little cashier,
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
that's cute.
So we're doing that. So we kept her out of school, and when we called the school, we're like, hey, they always ask why,
Yeah.
and then we're like, oh, she's got a cold and this and that. And she's in the background like, no, I don't. I'm like, oh my God, Camilla, like what the hell?
Busted.
Or sometimes like my
She's like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm making money. She's like,
or like somebody will call me and be like, hey, you busy, bro? I need help with this. And like, I'll just be like, maybe it's one of those days I had a long day at work. And I'm just trying to chill.
It's okay to have a self day.
And I'm just like, no, actually, G, I'm busy doing this and this. And she'll be back there and she'll
Bust
be
you
like,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I'll be right. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
That type of thing. But are you the type of, so as far as I've seen, grandmas like to, with their kids, like my mom with me, she was strict as hell. And she was always like on my ass on everything. But with my kids, like, oh, you want this, you want that, you want this, you know what I'm saying? Is that same thing?
Well, I don't have any daughters.
Okay.
So I only have sons. I have 3 sons.
Yeah.
So is she my baby? Yeah, she is. Do I have to be the bad guy? No, I don't. So, that once in a while she loves crab legs and stuff like that. And me and her will sneak out and I'll be like, don't tell your dad I took you to Red Lobster today, okay?
Yeah.
Don't.
Our secret.
Shh. Got you, Nana. I got you, Nana, yeah.
That's funny.
We go have lunch together sometimes, just me and her. So,
Hey, if you're watching this,
damn, I just told him myself.
Dang.
Sorry.
I'm just funny.
Baby wants what baby wants, and she gets it. So,
No, that's funny.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's dope. I mean, that's what people look forward to. You know what I mean? Like, because like with my parents, because I ask them like, hey, like, they just say like, when you were younger, because we grew up poor, and like poor, and like then we moved here, and then now they have the ability to give my kids what they couldn't give us.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. Like, I don't ever complain. I just complain when I'm like, no, I told them they can't have this because they're grounded, and they're like, nah, she's fine. Here, grab it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Where
give
are
it to
you
her
from
anyways.
originally?
So I was born in Cali, but
Okay. What part?
Fresno, well, Reedley, but it's
Okay.
right by Fresno, and in Mexico, Guanajuato.
Okay.
So La Tinaja, or it's close to Yuriria and Salvatierra, but so basically, my dad worked in California while I was in Mexico, and he would just send us money, and he was like working at like an orange picking place or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was like that for a long time, and then so now that they have it, it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna complain about it.
Well, you were an example of what they call the American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I feel like I switched roles. Like I'm interviewing you.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
No, you're good.
I love doing this. Though. Don't you love podcasting?
Yeah, I like doing it because I like.
I like to get to know people, and I like to know people who are doing things in my community.
Yeah, and I feel like honestly, it's crazy because I'm from when we moved here. I've been in Belgium my whole life, right? And I'm in Rockford more than I am here because I work there, but I don't know a lot about Rockford. Like I only know the streets I've been to.
Come outside more. No,
that's why I'm trying to go to your event.
Yeah.
Just
Please,
it's gonna be on the same
Yeah.
day as my daughter's birthday, so
that's okay. We'll have more.
Okay.
We actually have 10 events this year, so
10?
you gotta pop out to one. Well, Domingos en el Parque, we have 5 events. We have our summer series, and then we have our Dia de los Muertos event. But Domingos en el Parque has grown. Last year we had an amazing event, Fiestas Patrias. You actually went to that event. We had over 5,000 attendees.
that's good.
That was the first time we've had in a long time. I don't even remember when there was ever one, an Independence Day celebration. Usually people go out to Chicago or go to different places to celebrate Independence Day.
Yeah.
And we hosted an amazing event, and we actually honored Antonio Ramirez as Latino of the Year, which well deserved, bro. Like you do so much for the community. And he don't ask for nothing in return. He gives his blood, sweat, and tears to our community.
He's awesome.
And he's worked with the Boys Club, Alignment, Rockford, so many different organizations where he is mentoring and giving back to the youth. And those are the type of people I want to surround myself with.
Yeah.
But we celebrated there, and it was an amazing turnout, and it was a beautiful event. There were horses and music and folklorico dance and food. Every food vendor sold out.
Damn, that's
That's
good.
how you know
huge.
it was a damn good event. Every food vendor sold out, and that makes me happy that
And everybody was on that dance floor.
everybody was. The dance
Everybody.
floor wasn't even big enough.
No, it was
we were
not.
dancing, and Bices don't care. We'll dance wherever. We were dancing all up in the grass, all up on the
Yeah.
hills. It doesn't even matter. We were just. Another thing too, though. Everybody kept. I actually emceed that event with Tony.
You
Me
did.
and Tony were on stage, intros and outros of entertainment and stuff like that. So I was blessed to be a part of that. And that kind of gave me, that was the first time I emceed an event and spoke in front of that many people. So when I looked out in the crowd, you know how you said like the stage fright?
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid, but what I looked at was like, wow, this is a beautiful sight to see all of our people. And it wasn't just our people. When I say our people, I mean Rockford came out. There were black
Yeah.
people, there were white people, there were Latinos there. That's what it's about. It's about us sharing our culture with
Yep.
everybody in our traditions. And we're welcoming and we're inviting people in to join us. And it was just a beautiful thing to just see. But I've never spoken in front of a crowd that big before. So yeah, I had a moment where I had a
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you get like a little bit like nervous?
ooh, yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
well, we had a lot of political officials on stage with us that joined us for the event, and we were introducing them so they could speak. And we had Alderwoman Gabrielle Torina. Congratulations on your second term for Alderwoman for the South Side. We love you. We had different alder people there. We had Steve Stadelman, Senator Steve Stadelman was there. State Representative Maurice West was there. So we had all these great people in our community that, like I grew up watching Steve Stadelman on the news. He used to be a news anchor for WIRF for like 20 years. And then after that, I got to interview him. So in my mind, I was at one of the greatest moments at my podcast, history was I'm looking at him like, I can't believe I'm interviewing you right now. I grew up watching you on TV. And here
That's
you are in
awesome.
the studio.
That's awesome.
Like,
That's
and,
dope.
yeah, so I had a moment there, just, like an overwhelming feeling of just enrichment, enjoyment. Like, it was awesome just to see everybody having a good time. And everybody was respectful of the park.
Yeah.
Like, I've cleaned up events afterwards because I'm not just the one to like, oh, I'm on the stage and then I'm out. Hell no, I'm picking up garbage at the end. Like, it's not beneath me to do stuff like that.
Take off the heels, put on the work boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wearing
I'm just
chanclas. No, I was wearing chanclas. But no, like
That's good.
I just remember Tony kept telling people, please respect the park. The park district is helping us with these events. We want to make sure that we respect the venue because
Yeah.
it's the new Unity Pavilion that the Hard Rock provided last year.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been to that venue yet at Levings Lake, they built a beautiful stage. It has little air conditioned rooms on the side, so we can put our camera crew on one side and the entertainment on the other. So they don't overheat.
That's dope.
And we didn't have that before. We had like the little trailer stages.
Oh, okay.
And now we got a real stage.
That's dope. No, I haven't been. I see it a lot because I follow Vic and stuff, and he's always posting stuff.
Yeah, this is my brother on the art council. Vic Rivera, you the
Rick,
man.
Yo, and I haven't had a chance to go check anything out, but I'm definitely gonna start planning on going to more events and stuff like that this year.
Yeah, come out to Rockford. You're definitely welcome.
Out. Yeah.
Definitely welcome. I'll introduce you to some cool ass cats. Yeah. And then we got to get a picture with you and your family with the dolls.
Please,
We're actually we actually have a so we're merchandising. So like they're a brand, and why we started the dolls is I want to show the ladies how to brand themselves. Like you're not just a model, you're a brand now. So along with that comes merchandise.
Peep the merch.
So we have merchandise, we have shirts, we have shot glasses, beer mugs, wine glasses,
Compact
makeup
mirrors.
bags, compact mirrors, anything you could think for girls and guys, we made it. We even have a little surprise. I think we're going to have posters made that the girls can sign.
Yeah.
And we also are going to have a photo booth. So if you want to take pictures with the dolls, Janelle Davis is one of our photographers. And Clip Factory Productions is another photographer, very well-known photographer that we're blessed to work with. He's family too, by the way. Love you, Primo. Yes. So we are we're blessed to have the team that we have. The makeup, and I have to shout out to Alondra Vasquez because she has been doing hair behind the scenes. She's now a part of the Rock for Dolls team, so she's one of our hairstylists. Yeah. And there goes my son. And then. Also, Jonna Graham has stepped in to do makeup and collaborate with us here and there also. So we have an amazing network. And, if you're interested in modeling and things like that, please reach out. I know this was something Melanie brought up to me, and I might as well drop it here too. Yeah. Something that we haven't really announced yet or even talked to the team about. Yeah. Melanie had an idea, one of our dolls. She would like to mentor a youth group of girls that are looking to be models so that we can give them the advice on some of the things that we've experienced already and things to look out for, and professionalism, how to walk, how to hold poses, working with a makeup team, hairstylist team, different photographers, and, possibly putting on a photo shoot, like a small little setting, like an expo just for young girls.
Yeah. I love that.
So again, it's about us putting on. These ladies they're role models. And nothing against people who model different ways, but we always want them in a respectful manner. And, you won't see them half dressed in lingerie because that's not what we are. We're trying to be role models for young girls. We want to be role models and let them know it's okay to be your natural self. You don't have to get all kinds of work done. Again, no offense to anybody who has it done, but to me that was something that I was big on because I want to promote being natural. Even me, I'm a plus size model. You can be plus size and you can still model and get
Any
it. Chingonas all over the place. So like being natural is okay.
Yep.
In my eyes, all of us are beautiful. All of us are made the way that God made us is perfect.
Yeah, some of us are really into fitness. I know there's a couple of gym rats. I'm one of them.
Tell them about our idea for the end of the year too. With that,
yeah, we might be coming out with some gym attire.
Oh,
so that is behind the scenes for sure because we need to perfect that. Since I'm always in the gym, we need to create great quality things for you guys. So
yes, you guys thinking sweatshirts and like sweatshirts,
like fitness apparel. Yeah, like sweatshirts, like the workout tanks, the shorts, the leggings, like stuff like that for ladies. So
we've already came out with the water bottles because I'm always here with my water bottles.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
So like that's what we want. Like if you want a dope body, go out there and work for it. It means more.
Yeah. It's not
and that's
easy.
what these girls do. They go in there in the gym and they're working out, and it feels good when you see the results.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to get my ass in the gym.
I was thinking the same thing.
because when we did the Rock for Dolls launch party, I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and my cousin Tita, so she helps us with our merchandising. Elisa Villalobos is awesome with our merchandising. She helps us with all of our events behind the scenes. She organizes all the vendors. she's amazing. But I just lost my train of thought. But we, you know, we have all this merchandise that we're going to be showcasing throughout the year. So anytime you see us in an event and the dolls have a booth, come and support.
Yeah.
You know, come and support. We're trying to make sure that we still make it affordable. But, you know, we want to see Rock for Dolls merch all over the place. In the gym, out and about, rock it how you rock it. Like, all these girls have an amazing individual style, and we like to show that style. So instead of dressing them up like Barbie dolls and all uniform and cookie cutter, I like to show all their individual styles because that's who they are.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's going to... Do you remember back in the day, the Spice Girls, everybody had their individual style? Like, I kind of see it that way, you know, like they're all going to be their own thing.
Because we're the Bratz dolls. There's 4 of the main girls.
Yes.
And they each have their own vibe, too. So I like that about us.
I do, too.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see what we've done with it so far and so many other things that we can do with it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the future of the Rock for Dolls for sure.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think it's funny how you brought up the Brat dolls because my daughter has a Brat doll collection upstairs.
Really? I do too.
Yeah.
I love them so much. I have every single one except for the Karol G one. I'm coming for it. It's sold out every time.
Damn.
Every time.
Collector's items.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that she got into those rather than... I mean, she likes Barbies too, but she likes Bratz better, you know?
Yeah.
They're known for their exaggerated styles. So I love that. It's because my motto in life is it's never too extra. That was literally an Instagram post. I captioned it. It's never too extra. Never.
No. When they tell you to come casual, we're coming out in fur jackets and gold chains. No.
What do you mean? This is
What do
casual.
you mean? This is casual. I'm always the most extra one at the family party, too.
Yeah.
You know, you always have that Thea that walks in and you're like, why you have to outdo everybody every time you walk in here? That's me. I'm that Thea. So, it's okay. And I can see my granddaughter being that Thea, too.
Well, then she already is.
She has her own sense of fashion. Is wild.
Yeah.
She's a young Thea.
She struts when she walks.
She sure does. When you see her perform too, she's always trying to put a little extra, like a little kick, little like Bella. Why are you trying to outshine everybody? Just chill.
Oh shit. No, but going back to the gym stuff, I think that'd be dope. I think if you guys had some that was like for men, I'd buy that because I don't know if you know, but I'm performing for Lil Lizzie's thing.
Yes, I did see, and Jazz is too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jazz is too. Yeah, so I you know, like I there's a lot of male performers, but there's not a whole lot of female performers to choose from.
Yep.
And I'm really good friends with Lizzie, and every once in a while we meet up and have lunch when she's in town, and you know, we just kind of catch up, touch base, see what's new. I still like to help and give her advice too. And I told her, I'm like, I got a new performer for you. Look into her to see if you like her, but like I think she'd be a good fit for what you got going on for SadFest. And she was like, yes, you know. So like I'm so excited for Jazz to be performing and for her to link with someone like Lizzie.
Yeah.
So
because so 2 things. So about the gym things, because when she told me about it in December, I was like, oh, cool. I got 5 months to work out and lose weight before the performance. And then next thing you know, I'm like, damn, it's March. I haven't even got a membership yet. I'm like, maybe I should. I'm like, sorry, I still got like a month. I'll just fast.
You gotta go crazy.
Nope, haven't been fasting.
I haven't either.
Yeah. But and then the other things that Jazz, she performed at your event, right?
She did.
I heard that, and I remember same thing. My girl watches all, like she basically follows all you guys. So she was like,
shout out your girl.
I'm gonna have to give your girl a matching shirt. Right. I'm gonna get you a shirt, mommy. Don't worry, I got you.
Shout out Andrea.
Yes.
But she was like showing me, and I'm like, damn, like I'm not like throwing shade on anybody or anything, but there's a lot of times when even male rappers, I guess, like I'll hear it and I'm like, you could kind of tell that they might need a little bit more practice and stuff like that, right? And I'm not the best performer. I like my music and I know my music like is solid, but like I'm like you, where I get on stage sometimes and I'm just like, that shit passes me by like that because I'm like in my head and then I'm rapping the words, but when I get off I'm like, damn, that just happened.
Right.
Compared to Doc is like a performer. He be up there dancing.
I love
moving
Doc.
around,
Yeah.
crowd present, all that stuff, right? I'm not like that, but and she was like, yeah, look, check her out. She's dope. You should do a song with her. And then I saw she was on the flyer, and I was like, man, if I had more time, I'd probably do like, because with me and Doc, we're gonna be performing my last song on my set together, and then so it's gonna be me, and then me and him, and then he's gonna take over. And
When
then
is
we'll
the
take off.
performance?
It's May. Sorry, it's May 10th.
Oh.
Shit, when we did our Rock for Dolls, her and Melanie put something together in 4 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I've been done.
I'm just saying, she's a hardworking woman right there.
yeah.
Jazz she's a force to be reckoned with. And I don't think people realize like she's gonna come up quick.
She has power in her.
She does.
Yeah.
Because if she was down,
The little ones are the spicy ones.
that's true.
We love Jazz. Yeah, Jazz is very talented, so I'm excited to see her journey.
Hell yeah!
And if I can help her, that's what I'm doing. I'm here to help.
That's dope. Because I prefer performing with someone else. Like I said, like someone that, because it makes it easier to do that. You know, you're performing with someone, you're kind of vibing off each other, and that's why when me and Doc perform, it's cool. But yeah,
Makes you a little bit more comfortable when you have
doing
it
your
does.
ad libs, you know, helping out.
I feel like too in the modeling, because we have a team and the girls they feed energy off of each other. And you could see it in the work. You can see it in the work.
They help me feel more confident about myself for sure.
Because like she's the newest model in the team, but you wouldn't be able to, like, you wouldn't know that unless I just told you that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because when you see her pictures, you're just like, wow, she looks like she's been doing this.
But they hype us up behind the cameras. It's the girls. They're like, yes, bitch.
Martine
get it
and
on."
Janelle are awesome photographers though, and they're so awesome to work with. Like Martine has so much experience with cars, vehicles, motorcycles, like stuff like that. So like that's what he's known for. He's known nationally. He travels. We're actually going to Bandas y Trocas in Fort Worth. I think I had told you girls that we went a couple years ago, but he has a media pass. They gave him a media pass. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna support him, and we're gonna turn it into a weekend and have a good time. Go out there and see what we can capture, and
That's dope.
eventually, I'm hoping it'll be a thing where our whole team gets to travel out there and go to that show, because that show is dope. A couple years ago, I went and I got to see Los Tigres in Norte.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
that same year, I actually got to see Los Bukis too. I was just like,
I
wow.
love them.
My mom was so mad. I'm sorry, Mom. I got to see both of them like 1 month after the other, and she's
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
yeah, that was a good year. And every time they have that event, they have top-notch entertainment. And I don't even know who they're having. I don't think they announced it yet, but they're going to soon. And I just know it's going to be up there. It's going to be one of these performers that you wouldn't think are going to. You're just like, damn, how'd they get them?
Yeah, like
like
radios or some shit.
Something. Yeah. I think was it last year or the year before they had Luis R. Conriquez. And he was pretty hot that year, so he was like the entertainer that everybody was trying to get, and there he was. So I'm excited to see just who they have out there. And then I get to meet like different models that travel from all over to be at that show. But man, Texas is hot.
Oh yeah.
It's so hot. It feels like you're sitting on the sun
So
in there.
humid.
But I hear it's like dry hot, right?
Yeah, it's dry, and then like we're at a speedway, so it's all concrete. So the concrete just it comes up from the ground, and then it's coming down on you too.
Yeah.
And so stay hydrated, wear sunblock, because I'm a light Mexican. No, I'm a light Mexican. I need the sunblock. Yeah.
You were speaking of, so you were saying how they hype you up during your photos, right? But earlier you said that that there was a banda there that really hyped you guys up, and that they were recording. Icon was recording.
Icon was recording. Yeah.
Is there anything released, or is that something that's gonna be released later, like the footage, or how does that work?
I know they had released a little video on La Última Banda's page.
Okay, so it's out now already?
I'll try to circulate it again. I'll tag you in it so you can see it.
Okay.
But most of it was content creation with the girls for the photo shoot. And then because La Última Banda will be performing at several of our events this year. Yeah, but somebody was there filming. There was another videographer, but something happened to his footage, like his camera.
I hate that.
And so like all the footage that he captured other than what Icon got, but Icon's focus was the girls that day.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was like bits and pieces. And the other guy was supposed to be there for them.
Oh,
And he lost a lot of his footage. So
that sucks.
yeah, but we did capture what we could. Like whatever he had, we made something out of it.
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta turn, make $1 out of 15 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't imagine like me standing up right now and being like, "All right, thank you, ladies," and I walk over there, I'm like, "Oh shit,
No
it
damn
hasn't been
footage.
recording." Like, what the,
Fuck.
you know what I mean? That's what. Or even like with the last podcast I was a part of. Like we had a bunch of stuff, and then like a lot of it when you put in the SD card,
Yeah.
it was corrupted, and I'm like, man.
And there was probably some good footage on there.
Yeah, that was good
One
stuff.
time, one of the mics slipped out because somebody stepped on the cord when we were, and the girl that I was interviewing she didn't want to wear she didn't want to wear these. So now I'm just like, no, can you please wear them? We need to do a mic check.
Because then if you don't hear yourself, you're like, oh, okay,
yeah.
something's wrong.
But it was an accident.
Yeah.
Accidents happen, especially on set.
Yeah.
So
that sucks. Ugh.
yeah, it happens. Podcasting, man. You just never like all the. But the guys are just so professional too. Like you learn from the mistakes you make.
Yeah.
I don't ever think like a mistake is like a failure. I look at it like, oh, it's an opportunity to fix something.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So I always try to look at the glass half full, not half empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You got a good,
Good mindset.
Yeah.
Good positive mindset. You should be.
When you're positive,
Yeah.
you get positive results,
Yeah.
and that's facts. That's facts. Because if you just live in a negative mind space, what are you going to get from that?
Exactly.
And if you can't help things that are happening, why dwell on it? Mm-hmm. Just move on. Even projects that I have ideas for, and if I feel like I can't go at 100%, I'll table it and come back to it.
Yeah.
Don't ever half-ass something. Always go 100%.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, motivational speaker,
Yep.
therapist,
I am behind the chair.
A mom.
Yeah.
grandma that takes her
Yeah.
takes her kids out to eat at where'd you say?
Red Lobster.
Lobster.
She loves crab legs. Or Isla. She likes Isla too. We go to Isla tomorrow.
So Isla's
Yeah.
just ceviche's fire.
Man,
Sometimes-
their ceviche is so fire.
Like
Yeah.
you know how right now is Lent.
My mouth is watering right now that you just said that.
you know right now is Lent or Lent or whatever, so we can't eat meat on
Yeah.
whatever. So at work we just order a big ass thing
A
of
tray.
ceviche from
Yeah.
from them
Oh, fire.
So fire.
every Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss those Fridays.
Well, if you're free next Sunday, join us at El Vallarta for karaoke. We might have to get you in the mic.
that's
bro.
the after party.
No, Vallarta, we're gonna do a content creation day to promote
okay.
the event. So we'd love to have you.
Karaoke.
Bring the fam out.
Family and
Yeah,
friends.
it's family
and
friendly.
friends.
So they're gonna kind of set it up where we have karaoke and a couple of the groupers are coming out. I can introduce you to the groupers too.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope, 'cause
Whatever
then I could-
groupers you haven't interviewed, you can meet them there.
All right, I'm there.
And then the girls are gonna be there too, and a lot of us have families, so their boyfriends are coming, parents are coming, kids are coming. My whole family's gonna be out there. You'll get to meet little sassy Bella. You know what I mean, Bella? No.
We love Bella.
You'll,
She's gonna be like-
maybe her daughter or your daughter and my granddaughter can.
She's gonna
kick.
be like, you don't have a beard, and I'm be like, damn, she got me.
Her daddy don't got one either. She good. She'll like compliment like, oh, you got roses tattoos. My nana has one too.
She loves
Yeah,
roses.
she,
Love that.
I actually have. Yeah, look, it says because her name is Bella Rose. So I have a rose. Yeah, that's for
that's
my
dope.
baby.
I actually remember when you got that
Yeah,
done back
yeah.
in beauty school.
I sure did.
Yeah.
I was showing it to everybody. I'm like, look what I got for my baby.
I love it.
It was the first year she was born.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all really know. Know
Yeah,
each other
we-
for a
me and
minute.
I was
Belly got history.
17. I was 17,
Yeah.
18. I just turned 18 when I met her. So right after
Right
high
out of high
school.
school, she went into beauty school. Yeah.
I've been in hustle mode since, you
Yeah.
guys. So
That's dope.
book with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, all the information from you guys is going to be linked down below. So
Okay.
if y'all want to reach out to them, check the description box. Everything will be down there.
Yeah.
And if you're listening on audio, where can we find you? If
You
they're
can
listening?
find me at Beli Beauty, Beli Beli Beauty with 3 Y's on Instagram. That's for Facebook too. I specialize in braids and I specialize in braids and in vivid colors. So
And for me, you can find me on Instagram, Beauty by Melissa Santillan, or Melissa Santillan on Facebook. I have my booking links attached to both of my pages. So if you want to book an appointment with me, a barber or beauty appointment, I do both. I do men, women, children, all ages. People forget that I do color, I do haircuts too. I don't just braid. No, I do everything.
That's what you became famous for, you know?
Yeah, but I am known for my braiding. And if you're interested in becoming a vendor, a sponsor, you want to know more about the events, you can message me as well. Applications for the Fiesta Hispana Reina are open now. So we're accepting applications. So if you have questions about that, the jalapeno eating contest, whatever you might want to know about these events, I'm the one you ask the questions
No,
to.
you're joining the grito
Yes,
one.
the grito. You can do the jalapeno and the grito.
I
Let's
could
see how
probably eat
that
a
goes.
jalapeno and make
then-
it even better.
There
Yeah,
you go.
you're right.
It'll clear the pipes. But the big chiquita, not the little chiquita, sponsored the jalapeno eating contest. So all the jalapenos are coming from La Chiquita. So thank you, La Chiquita, for sponsoring our contest.
Thank you.
And again, you know, we are looking for sponsors for all events, but please message me if you're interested in anything at all. Yeah. Even Unscripted with Melissa Santillan, I'm always looking for sponsors. I have to give a big shout out to Chavez Mexican Restaurant. He actually is my title sponsor for Unscripted. If you notice on every clip or every episode that I have a little spiel like for Chavez and a little video advertising Chavez Mexican Restaurant. I hold a lot of meetings there. I hang out there a lot. We actually had our meeting with Tom McNamara held there.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Tom McNamara.
Congratulations.
For being mayor again. We love you. We love your support. I'm a fan. I love Tom. And his office is across the street from my barbershop.
Oh, I love that.
How convenient. Yeah. Yeah. So you can reach out for Domingos en el Parque to me, Fiesta Hispana, Midwest Takeover, if you have any inquiries.
I heard real quick, but I heard that I think my brother went to one of your events where
Roman was kicking it with me and Janelle.
during the wrestling one.
Yeah, we had Lucha Libre at
That's
one of the
dope.
Domingos en el Parque. And your brother was like, wow, I didn't know like this took place here. And, you know, I kind of took him and Janelle around, and Janelle was shooting for me that day at the event. And yeah, so he got to meet like a couple people. And it was a vibe there. Like, we are bringing Lucha Libre back to one of the Domingos this year. I'm not sure which one or what month, but I know we are going to have Lucha Libre come back.
Oh shit! I got to go to that one.
Yeah.
I haven't been to any like wrestling events since I was
Yeah.
a kid. So
And they're performers.
yeah.
They go hard. We did have to
Yeah.
tell them to tone down their language because it is
They go
it is a
crazy.
family. They went a little crazy. I was like, but it was a good time. It was a good time.
It was.
But you know, like they're there to put on a show, but like you can tell they're performers too. So they're like in full character the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And then the costumes and the masks, and it's a vibe. I like it.
That's dope. Yeah. So
We even had a vendor that was selling the Lucha Libre. So we had people in the crowd
Walking around with them?
It was dope.
Ooh, that's dope.
So come out to Rockford.
Come out to Rockford.
Come out to Rockford.
Come out to the events. I'll be posting all the events that you talked about.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to, if there's a link to them or a flyer or anything.
I have a flyer with all 10.
Okay, yeah, I'll
so I
post
got
that up, and then I'll have that on here. If you guys need any more information, you know where to reach out to them. And yeah, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you
I
for
know
having us.
I know you're always really busy, and I'm just glad you made it in.
Yeah, of course.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, because whatever that flu was, I hope nobody gets it.
Yeah, everybody I know is getting sick, but
Yeah, it's the weather. It's bipolar.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for checking out this episode. Thank you make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Too Real for Your podcast. Yeah, leave any comments below if you have any questions or anything you want to see next. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
I don't gotta talk it out, cause my numbers walk it out. Yeah, I'm him.